Today we talk Drake getting booed, YG's daughter sniffs some boo, and a boo breaks the homie's heart. And so much more on today's World Star Weekly. Parental guidance is advised.
You're tuned into Black Hollywood Live, the world's first digital broadcast network devoted entirely to urban entertainment and pop culture. Tune in right now.
You know, I'm just glad we're not talking about any Popeyes today. It's good to have Tenere back.
Hey, what's up, everyone? I was out on a little parental duties, but I'm back. I needed this. I needed to get back with my peoples. I needed to get back with you guys, the viewers.
When I say parental guidance is advised, I didn't mean don't have a kid. Like it's a
I took that literal. Like, oh snap!
Right. Oh man, I gotta be a parent again.
I'll bring her in for as a panelist. You know, give that baby view on stuff.
That baby view.
But I am glad we don't have any Popeyes videos. You missed a lot of Popeyes videos. It's been out of control. I've seen so many that I just decided this week we cannot have any Popeyes videos. I just hope that all of you at home keep that same energy for them sandwiches when it comes to voting time next year. That's real. Welcome to World Star Weekly, where we take down and break down World Star's best, worst, and most viral clips of the week with real fun and oftentimes much needed discussion. We are here with a full panel for color commentary, and I mean that in every sense of the word. All the way to the left, the hype man himself has returned, the prodigal son.
Hey, I'm back at it again, people. It's good to be back. Like I said, hey, I'm ready to get into these videos.
Tenere,
and spit some.
it is glad, it is good, it is great to have you back.
I appreciate that, my brother.
And to his right, but still my left, the queen of the ghetto.
Let's go.
Is upon us.
Can I get a round of applause?
Rochelle Pollard, yes.
I'm here.
A round of applause.
Thank you. It's so great to be here with my brothers from another mother.
That's how I feel. And of course, I will be your host. My name is Tehran. If you don't know me, then you don't know World Star. And in the booth, holding it down for that positive point of view, our resident 10 and a half, Steph Sabra.
Oh, and we get that half.
Okay.
Steph Sabra.
The half a point is for the beautiful soul. That's for the soul. It adds to the beauty. Like
Smooth.
it's like, oh wow, she's a 10. Nah, she's a 10 and a half.
Wow.
Let's see
half,
if I
homie.
can keep that energy with these video lineups.
Yeah. Well, we have a lot to discuss this week about videos. Well, first of all, we're gonna learn what to do with the rat. Second, we're gonna do with the gender reveal. You know, these gender reveals are really getting out of hand. Well, that's not the body part we're gonna get into. We meet a girl on her grind, and I mean that in the best sense of the word. Hungry? Why wait? The only way you should be eating a Snickers bar. Hit the weight room, but sometimes that weight room hits back. Champagne Poppy gets booed off stage. I know you know what I'm talking about. YG's parenting techniques, breakups hurt more when the homies can't have none. And an elementary school teacher remixes Lizzo's Truth Hurts as we end on a positive note with the most positive remix of all time and the best way possible and so much more. Let's get into that first video. The first video is a great one. This is a group of friends that are driving and something hits the windshield, so automatically the camera comes out and you learn that it is a rat on the windshield. How did that rat get to the windshield? I don't know. This is like Ratatouille. It was on a mission. It was going back. This is Fievel. And then the wind blows. They got their sunroof open so the wind blows them into the car.
I'm just so happy that he safely parked the car.
Right.
Well, the driver parks the car and works the other car in the middle of the road and is just taking off his clothes as he's running down the street. He's just shook.
He's just like, he going hypey.
A rat hit the windshield and then was blown into the car from and is now just alive in the car.
I can't even.
You think it was alive?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, if it was, I can't even. When I was looking at this, you want to be like, oh, look at these dudes. But then I was like, no. But if that was me though, and I would have been the same way. Like, I don't mess with like the rodents. Like that's not my thing. So, and that looked like not a small one. That looked like a good.
That was
size.
a rat. That was
a good size.
Splinter. Like the Ninja Turtles were about to join him.
And the fact they didn't know where it was, that would have been even more so like me. Like, where's he at? Like down, you can't find him. Definitely pull this car over. I'm out.
I don't know who's afraid of rodents on this panel. Steph Sabra, I don't know. I think you would probably not be a rodent friend. I've always found it very interesting. You know, the people that have pet snakes or pet mice or pet just random pets that they enjoy. There's something eerily alien about a creature that you don't recognize in your private space. So if it's a mouse, if it's a spider, even though we're significantly larger than them, because they're so alien from us, we dislike it. It's a natural thing. Now, if that was a puppy, no one would have freaked out over a puppy.
Right.
And a puppy is bigger. It's a big rat. Puppy is a big rat.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I never actually thought about that. But yeah, I don't know if it's something from, seeing movies, TV, or somewhere along the line where you just have either an experience or you saw something. But like I said, that's one of the things for me, like mice and I'm not a fan.
You're not a fan?
Nah, man. And even if it's like, I remember actually maybe a year ago, I think we had like a mouse in the garage or something, and it was like, of course my wife's like, yeah, go out there and get it. I'm like, oh man, like I'm looking for it. And I think the worst was you could hear stuff running around if you can't see them in the dark. I think that for me, you're just like, where are you? Like, I don't want you running across, biting me, giving me something. I don't know. That's your boy right here. So if you want to come get me with stuff, send some rats. I will definitely hightail it out of there and not be able to protect you.
Rochelle,
all I gotta say is shout out to the cameraman because he got the footage we needed, because ain't nobody would have believed that, So shout out to the camera person. I love it.
Are you a rodent fan or?
Well,
they don't bother you. They don't bother you, or?
I mean, I prefer not to be around them, but but I mean,
so let's say there was a rat in your room running around. Would you run out of the room, or would you track down the rat and then trap the rat and then remove it?
Probably trap it and then have somebody else remove it.
Interesting. I could probably trap. I'm just not one to go up and be like, oh, let me go.
No,
get it.
I feel like you're one of those I'm gonna just throw the pillowcase.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe it'll catch it.
I feel like maybe you throw that box or something, but I don't mess with those.
Those makes good videos.
But
good
I'm
memories.
like, Tehran, where did it just out of the air? Like,
I don't know how it flew. That was super. That's why you were like, it's still alive. It flew.
Right.
Yes. That, you know what?
That's
the only thing
amazing.
that stops that rat, kryptonite. Do you understand? It flew to the windshield.
Because, like you said, like they're out.
How did that even happen?
They are out in the middle of nowhere. So literally, like, where did he drop from the power line, or like, I don't know. Like
something very. There are not even trees on the side where you're like, and rats don't really climb trees. They're not squirrels. So where did that rat come from? How did it hit the windshield? And then for it to fly into the sunroof, hilarious. Steph Sabra, are you a mouse rat fan?
No. The amount of fear I feel when I think about being in a closed space with one, I wouldn't be able to do it. I don't know what I would do. I think I would go into shock. I'm not good in those moments.
Oh. And you know what? Actually, now that I think about it, as Steph was talking, like in school, sometimes, like you were saying, someone would have like a mouse pet, or like. That actually wouldn't bother me. But I guess it's maybe the ones that are in the wild, or that you're like, okay, this is not a domesticated one. This is one from out in the earth.
Yeah.
I feel they're just on a different level. Maybe they have just that wild nature about them.
What about spiders? Are you afraid of spiders?
No, spiders don't bother me.
You'll catch a spider.
Yeah.
Spiders are way scarier than rats. Not only do they have poisonous bites.
This is true.
Right? They're also much smaller. So if you miss on the swing and it jumps on you, you're donezo. So I'm not a big, I guess I'm a very logical person, so I'm not afraid of things within the realms of logic. I've never been,
Dang, look at, so you're the dude I'm calling. I'm like, Tehran, come get this thing.
Yeah, I'm definitely the person, I'll set the trend, just be like, okay, let's just do this. Let's just figure this out. It's not something that I would like to do, but it's not something that I'm afraid to do. However, two things. First, if a rat fell into my car, I would be seriously annoyed. And also while you're driving, that's actually very hazardous. One time, I saw a car just all of a sudden just start swerving and then crash right into the wall. So everyone was like, we stopped and we're like, excuse me, ma'am, are you okay? And what happened? And she was like, there was a bee in the car. And this bee just set her off. She freaked out and just crashed. I don't know what she would do if a rat fell on her. She would have just flipped over and... I don't know. These are things that don't happen. However, in the realms of impossibilities, these things happen. That's why Rochelle had it on point when she's like, shout out to the cameraman. Because we would have never believed. So a rat fell out of the air and then jumped in your car?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
That's an okay.
Yeah.
But
he was handling it though. Like you said, he got the rat, he got the car. I mean, even though he was kind of like, oh my God, but still was staying focused.
He did get the rat. That was
because he's like, I got to do it for the gram, for social media.
Had to do it for the gram. Well, people have been doing a lot of things for the gram, especially when it comes to a gender reveal. Tenere, you've recently had a child. Your child was a
girl,
and she's named
Riley.
Okay.
I was like,
whoa.
No, let me say this.
Wow.
First of all, I'm still getting on schedule.
Wow,
so
no,
I'm still a little tired.
this is your daughter.
No, and here's the other thing.
It's so new, you don't remember her name?
My wife and I have been calling her my first daughter's name, just the long, we just always are like, Riley, because she's so new on the scene. We keep calling her our first, so that's why I was about to say Caleb again. Then I was like, nope.
Okay.
Riley.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't know.
Parents do that, though. Parents, they'll just throw out names. They'll be like, Abraham,
right.
George,
who?
Ben Franklin. Like, why are you just calling me every president's name? Like, they'll do that.
You come here.
But, okay, anyway, did you have a gender reveal party?
Actually, we did not. No.
Is that a thing you would be interested in?
You know what? Well, not really. I mean, I don't think my wife was too big into it. We didn't even have one really for my first daughter either. We just had more of a traditional baby shower, but everybody already knew, it was a girl. So yeah, she's not really.
Rochelle, would you ever have a gender reveal party?
Sure.
Would you? Is that something you would be like, oh, that's cute?
Yeah, sure.
Steph Sabra, gender reveal?
No.
Dang, resounding. Get that mess out of my
Steph
face.
Sabra said that like children. No.
I mean, both are almost no, but definitely no gender reveal.
No gender reveal. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I personally would probably never have a gender reveal party.
You're having one like this.
Surprise.
If I do.
Dropping bombs.
This is the way. Now, for those listening to us on iTunes, and thank you so much for listening to us on iTunes. We appreciate it, and all the comments, of course. Let me set up the scene. This is a young lady who is not unattractive. She's an attractive young lady. She is wearing a shirt. She has her hair. There are balloons, pink and blue balloons going up the wall behind her. Her legs are dangling very, very enamoringly against the wall. She has no pants on. I will say that. She has no pants. She is humping the ground. Would that be the
She's laying on her tummy with, her hands like on her head. So when you're like writing your diary.
So she is there, and we're looking at this video like, oh, this is going to be some type of sexual porn type video. Maybe it's for Playboy. But no, this is a gender reveal. She's there with her friends. And play the video. Roll that beautiful. And she lets out
blue
gas
dust.
and blue dust comes out of her ass, right? Is there any other way to describe blue dust comes out of her ass?
She's so talented. Did you see her just
her friends jump up and down like, how did y'all not know what it was? Someone had to put the blue dust up her ass.
Yeah, how did they do that?
Exactly. Oh, now you just thought about the fact that how did they
Let's break that down.
Wait, I thought it was a cool idea until now that we're saying that. How did they do that?
How did they do that? Look at her friends too.
They were excited.
They loved it. Yes.
So excited.
That is exciting though.
I don't know what part of Alabama this is. However,
well, here's my question also.
Yes.
When she's laying there, how did she know? Like, how long did she have to sit there? Like, did she just have one sitting in the stomach? Like,
yeah.
Get it in there. Let's go.
She farted out the color blue, okay, in order to allow everyone to know that her child will, in what we perceive will be a boy.
I mean, can girls just do that kind of stuff, like on cue, or
Why are you looking at Rochelle?
I don't know because I'm looking. She's like a resident.
It would be Rochelle.
I'm not sure how to afford our command.
That's impressive.
She passed gas.
She did look like she was very talented because you seen how she was focused and not she released. That's what I was amused by. It was like really like set, She did her thing.
I was thinking that whole setup, just getting that done. Like, okay, camera in place. I'm on the ground, my hair, Okay, girl, go.
Right.
Well, this wasn't my choice. This was one of the most popular videos on WorldSTAR. So
Wow.
I don't choose what is going to get views.
He just wants what the people
Is that
This is
right?
what the people want. This is what the people want, and the people wanted to know what the gender of that woman's baby is. I think when I watched it, the first thing I thought was, "What in the white is this?" That's what I thought. It's that was I could never see a minority person of color woman doing such a thing.
Yeah, like you said. I even feel like the friends, like, wouldn't they would just be like, "What, girl? No."
Well, why is this? What is?
I mean, what if you like if some of your black friends came out where it's
so
like,
good. Like
if they were like, "No, I'm gonna fart it out," and that'll be
if
great.
they do it and they want to do it in front of everybody, let's go. Like,
I mean, I don't know. It's not my my thing. I just don't think that a lot of possibly black women would have done this. However, the next video, I think this is more up the alley. This is more of now we're back. We're at a party. We're at a party.
it look like concert, no?
It looks like some type of party, concert.
like
It could be a
crew,
concert. It could be something. There are gentlemen in chairs.
Yeah.
And there are women wearing very tight, spandexy, latexy pants. They are what are we calling this dancing?
Real dancing fits.
They are grinding. Would we say grinding?
Yeah, you working him.
Oh,
Wow.
okay. I just because you are a resident queen of the ghetto, I would like to know all the ghetto terminology.
And I'm over here, working him, grinding clothes.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah, I don't. Please let me know.
Grindwear? Is that something maybe we could?
don't tell me you don't remember these dance moves back from like 2006 to 2010.
Although I'm looking just at the pause picture right now that we have.
She looks great.
I mean, she's
Good
got the
form.
back arched, like, you know,
Yeah,
that is
good form.
prime.
Are those heels or flats?
I was going to say,
Those are flats.
Oh, okay.
They look like flats.
Okay, that's when you
But
really...
then again, it could be so glass of the heel. The heel is glass where you can't see it. So let us watch. Okay. This is she's grinding on
Is
this
this Pretty
gentleman.
Ricky?
Grinding on this young lady. It sounds like it.
It do sound like Pleasure
And
P.
then
That's when you really
then
gotta do
look
it.
at his face though. His face. His boy is recording
he's
it.
like, God.
His face. He is having the best time of his
Okay, her
life.
shirt cute.
She's got a cute shirt.
Oh,
very
girl
cute
in the
hair.
back,
She
though.
knows what she's doing. She has a
Clearly.
friend. There's multiples. Then the gentleman
We got to
gets
take
up.
it to the ground.
Okay.
We got to take it to the ground.
Tell me
Let's
it
go.
do not remind you of parties in 2006, 2010. Was y'all not partying there?
Where were you partying?
We was at
She's
all
like,
the
right
functions
here.
at Earl's Grill.
And this is how you were doing this?
Yes, legit. This is how we used to dance. Tell me I'm
People,
not lying.
that's what I'm talking
So
about.
this reminds me of the scene from Don't Drink.
Don't be a menace while drinking.
Yeah, don't be a menace while drinking your juice in the hood.
Right.
Yes.
Where they keep dancing, it keeps getting closer, and at one
And then
point
they
they're just
start
having
having
sex.
sex.
It's just a group. It's a group of people having sex to the music.
The face.
His face. He is in it. Like,
Right. Like, oh my
Yeah,
God.
sir.
look at his tongue.
Yeah,
Look at his tongue
yeah.
just hanging out though.
They should have continued with that song though.
Okay, so what do we think of this?
Looks like a
Rochelle
great
obviously
time.
has done this. She's a resident.
Can you grade the
Grinder.
performances? Like, was the girl
That was
getting it?
A1.
Okay.
Like they were in
Okay.
rhythm, you know. They showed us different options on a chair, on the floor.
I'm
It
going to
looked like a
disagree
good
with
time.
you with the A1.
Ooh.
I'm going to disagree with you. Now, were there things that she could have done better? Yes, she could have tightened up. But I was more disappointed.
Tightened
I was more disappointed in his performance.
You're right.
He's a pillow princess. He's not a giver.
Yeah.
He's just a lay there. He's a
Yeah.
you do the work and I get the benefit guy.
You're right. Because he could have
didn't
picked
seem-
her up. He could have flipped her,
He
put her
just
back
went-
on the chair.
He just went and laid on the ground. He didn't even pick her up. Like, you ever seen the Jamaican
Spin her
when
up.
they one again,
Right.
two again, three again, winding. Like, they know. That's how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah.
Like, you lift that
Take
up,
charge.
you put it down. Like, yo, I'm doing this.
Right. You showing out.
Yeah.
Show me your
I
resume.
feel like he was almost, it was overwhelming. Just by his face.
Oh,
on
he was
there,
pusmatized
It
for
was
sure.
like, oh my God, like, I don't, you know, like, oh, I mean, when he was sitting down, like you said, the face was just like, oh, this is, I've never experienced this before, you know, type thing. So
Personally, always felt that these kind of things are a little awkward. I'm not a big PDA person to begin with. I am very private. Secondly, I've never understood the allure of going to a strip club, for example. It's not my thing. It reminds me of if I was a starving kid in some remote part of Africa and then was watching McDonald's commercials on television. Like, why is this good? This is not good. I'm not getting the food. I don't know if this guy and this girl have an intimate relationship, but let's say that they don't. Let's say that this is a girl just dancing, and he's clearly becoming extremely aroused. And then what? It's pointless to me. I've never been into this. Rochelle?
Well, I am. I'm always here for the actions, baby. You feel me? Like,
now, okay, let me ask you.
Turn
So
me up.
if you were the girl, like, would you just personally be taking it in, like, oh my, like, I'm doing like some work. Look at this dude's
hell yeah,
face.
because
like,
your friends are around and they're like,
ego just like, he doesn't even know what to
for
do.
real,
Like,
You're a professional dry humper.
Right.
You're dry humping like a professional. Why don't y'all just fuck, my dude? Just get it in.
she was like, that's where I stopped.
right, we
stopped
on
at that.
air. Come on, bro. Relax.
Steph Sabra, have you ever partaken in this type of behavior?
It's not for me.
It's not for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, like, they're great.
Listen, the way she bounced when he was on the ground, that could be useful.
Now, see-
I could see that being a useful.
It's something when the girl goes to some kind of split action. That's always, I feel like that's kind of like
That
a
was great.
crescendo type. You know, you're like, oh, she went to the
Yeah,
you know,
she
type
showed
thing,
out.
and just was
Sure, she clearly has a skill set. She clearly has a skill set. However, Tenere, you
Yes.
are the father of 2 daughters.
I am so.
So hold on. Would this be okay for you? Would you ever have taken in this behavior?
Would I have partaken in this behavior? No. I've seen this though.
You've seen it, so you wouldn't partake in it.
I wouldn't have been
So
this
you
guy,
would-
but I've been the.
You would be against your daughters
the-
partaking in this behavior as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I just want to make sure that there wasn't a double standard, because a lot of guys would be like, hell yeah, but then as soon as your
Right.
daughter, sister, mother, cousin does it, all of a sudden all the judgment comes out.
Yeah. No, I feel
When it's time to wife someone, all the judgment comes out. It's like, wait. You were there too, buddy.
right.
You were there
So when you was at the parties, you know, high school, college days, your young adult days, whatever days now, and a girl before you was married,
Right.
and a girl come clapping it up on you. What do you say? Excuse me, ma'am, I don't partake in these type of services.
100%. Listen, I can attest in my life. I've been involved in many things, and yet every single I can bring up. I could be like, look, this is proof. Boom, this is proof, because sometimes girls get very upset about it. I do not dance or grind in public. I've always thought that was disrespectful behavior, because if we're under the assumption that they're not together, but if that was his girlfriend, then it creates a situation in which other people look down at your girlfriend. And I would never, ever put a person that I'm in a relationship with in that position. I don't like that. Same way that I would never, ever, for example, yell at someone I'm in a relationship with, especially if we were in public. I would never belittle them or put them down, or even if I was hella mad with them, I would never say bad things about them. It's the same thing. It's about it's about respect. To me, that's my personal opinion.
Yeah, everybody has their own opinions.
Right.
That's my personal opinion. I do not want my significant other objectified. I don't objectify them, and therefore I would not like others to objectify them either.
Yeah.
It's different. If you're wearing a great outfit or something, that's different. It's one of those, if they not looking, I don't want her. I want them to look. But I'm not going to contribute to the objectification of the person that I'm with, and vice versa. I've never thought it was very respectful behavior. I don't even really dance. Like, if I'm out, I'll dance. You know, when you dance, I'll dance, but I'll never partake in that kind of dance when I'm out. Oh, and if I do, it's for half a second for the humor factor. It's not a real, like, I'm doing
So
it.
no carnival, no none of that?
I have been.
And you don't partake?
I have not partaken in this. No.
Enough said.
personal.
I will say, prior to the, like you said, prior to getting married, I definitely had the homies that we were.
Okay, all right.
Okay. And that was, I'm like, I'm gonna be real. I was just like, yeah.
I mean, because
You've done
y'all just up here
but
faking
I've never even in.
But
I used to,
you know what? You know what is funny?
Parties.
But
Like I've been to parties.
I was gonna say, like, not like stuff like that where it's just going, but I was like, yeah, if we were like in a club situation, or and you're just like friends or girls come, you're like,
I don't do it.
Like,
I don't do it. We've been out. I don't get lap dances. I just
don't
it's
feel
not.
bad. It was a good time.
It's not me.
I
don't mind it. It's just not my style.
right.
Girl, you are too old to do that. Let's get to the next. Okay.
27 cents.
No. It's
Whoa.
not. This is
Tehran.
That is
Uh-oh, Steph chimed
I
in.
sat back
That
and
is
just listened, but you better take that back.
I'm not.
27?
That is a 16 to 20-year-old.
Okay,
Once you hit
we're
21,
not doing this.
once you hit
Bullshit.
21, everyone, man, woman, you need to be aware.
Well, okay, in what universe is 21-year-olds aware?
No, I'm just in the universe that someone like when my dad came to this country, by 21 he had already been he had grandchildren, 5 goats, 3 businesses. Like we look at ourselves like we're always kids, but the truth of the matter is, to me, I just think that it becomes a time and place where you're like, okay, I need to be aware of this.
And who picked this next video?
I was really over here just taking in everything he said because, Lord, have mercy.
WorldSTAR. WorldSTAR.
I'm
that's
telling
my
you.
opinion. And here's the thing. That's what the show's about. It's about giving an opinion, and we'd love to hear your opinion. So please comment below. Let us know what you think.
Please.
Join the discussion. You guys are, if not as much, more so a part of this panel than each and every one of us.
Yes. No, that was a good
Let
one,
them know.
though.
Let
That was
them know.
good.
Share, subscribe.
That's what. Yeah, definitely share, subscribe, get in there. We want to hear from you. I want to hear what it is because I know we be throwing our opinions around.
We do.
And I know you guys got some opinions out there, so let us know.
So let's go to this next video. This is a young lady. She is voluptuous. She is eating a king-size Snickers. I've never seen a Snickers
I was
this big
gonna
in my
say.
life.
And where did she
That
get
is a
this?
big Snickers.
Was that just for the internet?
That is her tongue. Her tongue is long, and she is eating that Snickers. She's eating that Snickers. She is.
Every inch of it.
The Snickers just came. I don't know. I didn't know Snickers. Yo, she is. Now, if she was a real pro, she'd use both hands. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. She's eating that Snickers. Now, it's not me. That video had over 400,000 views in less than 48 hours. Hungry?
No
Why
comment.
wait?
No comment.
What is wrong with what she's doing?
I didn't say anything was wrong.
The way she's eating a Snickers is, I mean, if she likes...
I mean, it's a big thing. Maybe that's the way she has to kind of break it down a little bit to get...
She's clearly eating the Snickers as if she's giving fellatio. And here's the thing. And like I said, first of all, she would have used both hands. But that's besides the point. The point is that this was a very viewed... Rochelle, do you have an opinion regarding
I don't.
this video?
This video makes me very uncomfortable.
Why does this video make you uncomfortable, but the previous one does not?
Because the previous one is something that I could show my mom. This one, I would not want to pull it up in front of my family members.
It's interesting what we decipher as appropriate behavior, where one sexual act is not okay and one sexual act is perfectly okay.
Would it be any better if she was wearing a turtleneck versus the low scoop neck? Like,
Listen, like I said,
Great question, Tenere. Thank you for the follow-up.
Listen, here's the thing. The fact that she has breasts out and she has what looks like great breasts.
All right.
I
okay.
haven't even
The
seen, I can't
commentary.
even tell because of the Snickers. Like, I forgot she had breasts. I forgot. The only reason I remember she had breasts is because of the freeze frame. And this isn't commentary. We are deciphering this video. This is scientific expedition into the understanding of the WorldSTAR mind, Steph Sabra. So, for everyone who has a judgment, here we go.
for everyone who has a judgment.
I would probably never eat a Snickers like this, but at the same time, if it was for Who knows?
Who's to say?
That's fun. Good.
Oh, and I
Good
will
for
say
her.
at the end when it was interesting because at the end when she does kind of bite into it and she actually like eats it for real, you're kind of like, oh, like it was kind of like like
Yeah, there she goes. Like what that mouth do? Oh, that's what it does. That's what. Okay. That's it's spreading her mouth a little.
Yeah.
Spreading her mouth a little.
that looked kind of gross. Though,
Yeah,
right
when
there.
she ate it, that became 2 girls, 1 cup. That became very 2 girls, 1 cup when she started eating. She probably shouldn't have never ate the Snickers.
That's a good freeze frame.
That's
right
a lot of saliva. Her tongue is very long. Do you have a long tongue, Tenere? Are you a
I do
long
not.
tongue?
No.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. That's the way it goes. On the tongue. Steph Sabra, you seem to have a lot of strong opinions about that video. Is there anything you would like to contribute?
I don't know where you got that. I feel the same
WorldSTAR.
about that video
Hip-hop.
as I do about the dancing one, actually.
Interesting.
I just wouldn't do it. I don't.
In private or in public?
Both.
So
if
you
I'm
would
gonna
never do
do
that?
that, it will be an actual dick, not a Snickers that I'm gonna
Oh!
You go, girl.
Whoa!
You go, Coco.
Mike,
My face right now is like that guy in the video before. That's what that feels
eat.
like.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, that just
I'm
came out
blushing.
like,
Let's go,
what?
Steph.
I'm blushing.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh, that was awesome.
And that's it
Sabra.
for WorldSTAR Hip Hop. That's been fun. It's been a wonderful time. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
let's
Got us all messed up. You know?
let's shift gears. We're going to the weight room. This young lady here is a weightlifter. She is clearly got a very physically adept body where she works out and she's trying to lift a heavy amount of weights. That looks like it's about, I would say 300, about 500 pounds going on. Three.
That's no joke.
That looks like a lot of weight. She's trying to dead weight lift it. I mean 300 pounds total, 150 on each side. She's lifting it, she's putting it up, and yet she didn't have her footing, and she slammed right on the ground, and there's no one else there, but somehow I heard laughter. Like no one else is there, but the ground laughed at her, and she's clearly hurt.
Yeah, that was a tough fall. I mean, and I really, when I saw that first time, you're looking like, I mean, she's lucky that it was able to bounce and she could just push it off. 'Cause
Yeah.
You're thinking like, if that had just really come down on her
Well,
like, waist.
sometimes people get very, they get very injured during these situations,
Yeah.
especially when they're trying to do, when they're trying to lift weights and they're on their back, and if it slams down and it rolls to your neck, it can crush your larynx.
Yeah, that was no. I mean, yeah, I was glad that could have. It seems like that could have turned out a lot worse than.
Why do I feel like Rochelle's going to use this as the excuse why she's not going to go to the gym? Like, why do I feel like you're already
See, this is what I'm
setting up
talking
an
about. This is why.
argument? This injury, like, oh no, not me.
Really?
That's. Why do I feel like
Pushed
that's
me all the way out the screen.
Really?
Why do I feel like that's going to be the conversation?
Wow. Really?
like, come on, girl, let's
I'm
go to
not,
the gym.
I'm not a person. I don't know
No.
about being. I'm not a fan of like guys or girls, men or women who are too muscular. Like
Yeah.
some muscular, sure. And I have cousins that are into that weight
Right.
lifting. I don't know if you're a weightlifter person, Tenere.
No, I mean I could work out, but I'm not like a like gym rat in there.
Rochelle, are you a fan? Are you a fan of the muscular body?
You like the beefcake dude coming in?
No, I actually like slim men.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know
can't-
why? Because
The slim guy.
anyway.
Why?
I know why.
Why?
Because I know why.
I know.
Because I listen.
No, let's know
Because
why.
I know.
Just
Slim?
why? Before we go to
No.
the next video, tell me why.
Yeah. Okay. You know.
I'm interested now.
Yo, see, Tenere, you don't know, then you don't know. I know what
Yeah.
what
The slimness?
slim guys make up for it in other ways.
Okay.
Slim guys, the same way.
Like slim
big
fit?
girls got good. Slim guys got that great.
Okay.
That is a real thing.
Okay.
That is a real thing. That's why they go. That's why if you see a number 10 walking next to each other, they're getting it in. Like if you see a number 10 walking,
That's legit. Me.
that is the truth. That is the truth.
Wow.
Okay.
That's the truth.
Broke it down. Dropping
listen,
knowledge.
whatever.
Yeah,
it's not
'cause
me.
you're not gonna-
It's science.
yeah.
It's
Let's go to this next video. Now, this video actually made a lot of waves because this is one of the most viral versions of this. However, recently, Tyler, the creator, and that whole crew had a huge concert, and Frank Ocean was supposed to appear. People had bought tickets and waited for weeks. Unfortunately, Frank Ocean could not make it, so Drake came and made a cameo. And the results were less than favorable. This is Drake
I can't believe they're
getting
booing
wooed
him.
over, and they started booing Drake. And to the point where he notices, and he has to
Like I said, I'm
address
here
it.
for you tonight. If you want to keep going,
You can hear the aggression in his. You hear
If you
no.
want to keep going.
And then he asked again, just in case.
He's gonna stay. It's been love. I love y'all. I go by the name of Drake. Thank you for having
He
me.
kept it professional.
And then he kept it
thank
very
God.
professional, cut his
Yeah.
set short about 20, 25 minutes, and walked off stage. And people booed. Of course he's pissed. He is one of, if not the greatest rapper in the world right now. And they booed him. They booed him instead of being happy that he made the cameo and he took Frank Ocean's place, because they could have been nothing.
Right.
Absolutely.
And he did about 8 songs. Now, possibly, a lot of people were saying if he had did 2 to 3 songs and then Frank Ocean came out, it would have been the best, because they were still expecting Frank Ocean. However, Frank Ocean was not there, and they wanted Frank Ocean. And which I appreciate. I appreciate they wanted Frank Ocean. If this was 2013, I'd want Frank Ocean too.
Absolutely.
I don't understand why they did not understand that that was clearly a fair substitution.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was.
More than fair.
I'm about to say more.
I was gonna say
more
I
than
was definitely surprised by when I saw it, I was like, oh wow, and the fact that when Drake went off, when he's like, I go by the name of Drake, like I always feel like that would be something someone not of his status or whatever.
Well, that's how he felt. He took it back to the years where he was not known.
Right.
He had that same response. And it's interesting, the very next day he posted a picture of himself and said, "Joke's on all of you.
He got so
I
much
just
more
signed a deal. I'll be there for the next 10 years.
Oh, wow.
I just signed a deal with them. I'll be there. I'll be performing. I'll be headlining for the next 10.
Wow.
So he handled it professionally.
Yeah.
It's disrespectful, of course, but the audience can feel however they want to feel. However, to me, it goes beyond that. It's symptomatic of troll culture, where we have decided that hate supersedes love.
Yeah, no, I you know what I kind of thought about it? It was almost like in comedy, like he just hit a room where it was like, people not feeling you tonight.
Well, not even that. They were waiting for, you substituted Chris D'Elia with Dane Cook, and people were upset that it was Dane Cook. And still, Dane Cook is Dane Cook.
Right.
But people were expecting Chris D'Elia.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah. No, it was
Hostile environment.
Yeah, for sure. Faux show. Yeah, but like you said, he did the best he could, because if he had gone off, which he rightfully could, like you said, because he's like one of the biggest stars
He's got
in the world.
hits. Let's be real. I've recently put together a Drake compilation on my little title, where I have, you get your little playlist. So I have a Drake playlist, and I was going through Drake's songs. He has hits.
Right.
Like I have like 100 songs of his in a playlist.
He's the bomb.com.
Between him and Travis Scott, they have hits.
He literally has more hits than the Beatles.
Wow.
Literally, that is a real
actually,
thing.
It's a fact.
That is a fact, yes.
So it's not even. It's like, if you want to talk comedy, I feel like it's like bringing Dave Chappelle on stage, and everyone expected, I don't know, like Adam Levine. Like there's no. It's so. One's great, but one is he's gonna go down in history.
Frank Ocean's a wonderful artist.
Yes.
However, I think, and I said that this is a more than fair substitution.
Yeah.
Like this is a more than fair substitution. You wanted like some beef, and they gave you filet mignon.
Like it's
You wanted
crazy.
and then people were like, "Where's the beef?
Right.
Beef? What is the steak?" I said ground beef.
Right.
And once again, Frank Ocean is great.
Right.
He's amazing. He's an amazing artist. He's an amazing talent. I mean, the tornado flew around my room for years. I get it. It's still Drake. I do, however, think that the audience was the reason. Now, let's take into this. Is the creator audience, Drake may not have been the best substitution for them. Maybe they should have went that J. Cole route. and this would not have happened. Simply because of the audience. Drake may be too crossover, too mainstream for them.
Right.
They are clearly there for Tyler, the Creator. I couldn't name a half a song of Tyler, the Creator. Though I know he's great. I like some of his music. I couldn't name a single song.
Right.
That is a niche, right? And so Drake is not niche.
Right.
He's not niche. He is Drake. Drizzy. Champagne
Shout out
Poppy.
to Drizzy. I wish I would have been in the crowd.
I know.
I would have been like, what's going on? Hey, take me up there.
Period.
What's up?
Boo. But however, just to add insult to injury, last night I was out, heard a Drake song, and I started booing and chanting Frank Ocean. Now, is that messed up? No. Was Drake there? Yes, it was. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Yes, he was there.
he was.
I had to do it for the comedic factor. I could not let that go.
Right.
He definitely heard me. I
Gotta
could
speak
not
on
let
it.
it go.
Gotta speak on it.
Rochelle, do you have anything to add to this?
Yeah, you know, they're terrible, and I hope they ask for forgiveness.
Wow.
You took him to
Taking
church.
the very zen route.
In the next video that also went super viral, and this is a very controversial subject right now. YG has his daughter who he's asking her to smell a bag of weed, and people are very furious with YG for doing this. Grabs a bag of weed, and
That's broccoli?
it's broccoli because
What would
she's
it
so
smell like?
innocent, and then she smells it and says it smells like broccoli. Well, at least we know she's not smoking it.
Right.
People are very upset at YG. They're calling him all types of names. People are asking for child protective services to go take the child. Tenere, you're the resident parent.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, she actually looks maybe, you know, I don't know, like 3 or 4.
3 or 4, yeah.
Something like that. So I think this video is just kind of like, obviously, the innocence of a child being like, oh, broccoli, you know, having her smell it. I mean, child protective services, I don't know, that's a little for sniffing a bag, you know, but...
It's not cocaine. You don't get...
Right.
It doesn't work when you sniff it.
But I mean, that is just, just the optics of it. You're kind of like, yeah, YG, like... I mean, even if she was doing that, like, the fact that now we're just in the post-it culture, like, that's probably something you just didn't need to...
Well, he posted it, so he didn't even think that
Right.
it was doing
So
was
you're just
wrong.
like,
Rochelle?
Yeah, that was just really irresponsible of him to post on social media, like a kid posting with drugs. Come on now. Like, all of that just to basically show that you have a huge bag of weed.
Steph Sabra?
There's worse things. I just think it was stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, the bag's closed. There's no way she can unwrap that. And she literally thought it was broccoli, which means his parenting hasn't been, like, he's not teaching her about turpentines and Sarah.
Right, if she had named it.
And she was like, wedding cake!
Right.
Is that Gorilla Glue,
She's like,
Daddy?
this isn't nice
Wait a
indica,
minute.
Dad. No, like, she clearly has no idea. I think he just had a lapse of judgment.
Interesting. I think it's us that have the lapse of judgment. Honestly, to be very fair, that kid lives better than most of all of anyone's children right now. That kid clearly has a house full of love. That is a dad in a moment. And here's the thing. Let's take it back, and it's the kid that grabs the glass of beer and goes, oh, beer. By the way, it's not our fault that marijuana is becoming decriminalized. Right? It's happening, and it shouldn't have been criminalized to begin with. So it's in our minds that is a Schedule I drug. That's what's been implanted in our minds. So we look at that like it's horrible. But if that was just a glass of beer, which, by the way, kids right now, there are definitely kids under the age of 10 who are taking a little sip of beer, and I would say alcohol is way more dangerous than marijuana in every aspect. Alcohol has never cured cancer or helped someone with Alzheimer's. Okay, so when we're looking at it from the lens of the programming that we've been taught that marijuana is such a bad thing, and I can't believe this thug gangster gave his daughter marijuana. Honestly, coming from YG's background, that is the least of our. If that's all he's doing, and she's saying broccoli, he's doing great. Coming from the background that he has, and the parents who are in similar backgrounds who do not make it, and what they're teaching their kids. That's the stuff we should be really afraid of. It's the stuff that kind of programming that's getting passed along. There's a kid right now who knows the different type between crack, heroin, and meth, and knows that in 3. We saw a baby run and shoplift from a gas station. Okay,
That's right.
That is a
forgot
real
about
thing, and that was cute. Ha 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 ha. But this is YG, and now all of a sudden everyone's a parent expert, and everyone has an opinion. How about everybody mind your own damn business, especially when it comes to something that comes from an innocent vibe? That I agreed with Tenere, where that showed a form of cute innocence. Now, do I think that was the best thing to do as a parent? Probably not. But are there much worse things that happen on a daily basis
Sure.
and in the homes of all the people that had something to say about it? Definitely so. That's what I'm saying about troll culture.
Mm-hmm.
And just to let you know, that was Bugatti OG. Don't ask how I know. Let's go to the next. Let's go to this next
Like,
video.
shout out to YG.
I feel like,
Hit me up.
okay, this one, this is the homie as he's getting broken up with.
Like, come to my people out in South Park, bro. I was in special ed with her.
So this the girl is
AJ,
dumping
what
him,
you doing?
And his friend is
AJ,
there.
what you
That's
crying,
the worst.
AJ?
He said he's crying. Tears.
AJ, she got you crying?
Look, oh man.
Man, what the fuck I done walked through too?
Tried to suck in that tear.
He
Like,
did try to suck
Girl,
in
what you
that
doing
tear.
now?
He tried to suck that up.
No.
Like the homie just
AJ.
died.
You good, bro?
And the girl left. The girl left. They tried to block the film.
You crying because I got out on views?
I'm not gonna lie. This sounds like something I would
heard
do
you.
if I was there.
AJ,
Like,
she heard
Tenere,
you.
you crying, bro? You better man up.
Yeah, that motherfucker fucked up. Y'all can't. Yeah.
Yo,
He did have the cigarette though.
how
to go
embarrassing is that for him?
Yeah,
He can
that's
never
tough.
live that down.
Well, especially for the fact that like it was kind of awkward because both of them were just like no one was like, hey, you better get that like.
No, it wasn't a mad breakup. Mad breakup, that's even worse. This is a real breakup.
She was just
Mad
like-
breakup is not a real breakup. Mad breakup is an in the moment emotional breakup.
Right.
That is that's the when you're the murder out of anger, right?
Right.
This was
More
calculated.
of like,
This
hey, we need to talk.
that's manslaughter. This is
Look,
murder
it's
one.
always good to see the men crying.
This is
It's always the
premeditated.
girl
Dang.
on the other side. So
I agree.
This was a good video to see.
Oh, it's good.
I don't think he can't live this down at all. The other breakup video you pulled up, Tehran, where he was crying into the phone screen and singing hella dramatic songs, I don't know how you get back from. This,
Oh, yeah.
He was really controlled. He was just clearly hurt. I feel really bad for him.
Yeah, he can't live this
Oh
one down.
my
Trust
God,
me.
you're such a-
he can't listen. He's crybaby Kevin for the rest of his
Dang,
life. You know?
Kevin.
Anytime someone cries, they be like, "Man, you doing a Craig?" Like it's whatever. He is that person forever. Especially when he tugged.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't
that
know.
little cheating move like the.
Now that's
Nah, I mean-
also part of when we were talking about troll culture. This is now we're getting into toxic masculinity and the culture that represents. I mean, we're taught as men that men don't cry,
You better suck it up.
but they don't, Craig. So look, let me say something to you, bro. You never riding in the hood again. Like you gonna get, man. I wanted to snatch his chain.
Rochelle, have you ever made a dude cry breaking up?
Yeah.
Or seen him?
Definitely.
No,
Definitely.
I'm too sweet.
Dang.
Well,
I mean, you don't have to be mean about it. You could just be like, I'm breaking up. and-
Yeah, you done broke a couple hearts. I done seen you broke a guy's heart 2 weeks ago when you cut him. You just like, he called you
I'm
up.
real nice
Okay.
and they are fine.
Steph Sabraw, you made a guy cry?
You know.
Yeah, I
What?
do, actually.
Oh,
personally.
okay.
Let's go to the last video.
You know.
Let's go to the last video.
That's
Let's
what
go
I
to this
do.
last video. And this is our positive note as we end, as always, with a positive note. This is a teacher teaching her what seems to be first grade class and made a remix of the Lizzo song that's all the rage right now. Let's hear the lyrics and as they go and the students sing along. Look at her heels, though. She's dancing on the table. Let's be great, because I know we are great. Let's be great, because I know we are great. I hope these kids all know their math table just the same. They know these lyrics, and not 1 + 1 is 2, and 2 + 2 is 4. But that's a cute thing to have, and especially all the little cute students singing along and saying positive things. It's nice.
Yeah, it's definitely a good way to see them kind of fire up. Like you said, I think that is something you'll remember. Is like, I remember my teacher. Like, that's the kind of teacher where you're like, I'll always remember my. Yeah,
she's trying to get a writing job for Kids Pop. She's really trying to get.
No,
she sat down and wrote this and then taught these kids.
I was gonna say they had to
taught
learn.
these kids if I was a parent, I'd be in there like, yeah, what about that history though?
Right.
Like, what about that arithmetic?
That addition though.
Yeah, why does my kid not know how to read but sing in a song? That's cute. And they all sang together, and the lessons that were taught in the song should be lessons that we learn in life. If only we could all be kids and stay kids, but good kids, that would be a great place to be. Like your kids, Tenere.
Hey, trying, man.
Yeah, you're gonna let your daughter sniff some weed and be like,
on my way home, let me pick some up on the way back. Girl, let me teach you about this real world.
You guys say that, but in the future, that might be the best job where she knows she starts early. Like if he was teaching her how to program, we wouldn't have a problem at all, right?
There we go.
Where can people find you if you want to be found, Tenere?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at TenereW. That's at TenereW.
And Rochelle Pollard, the queen of the ratchets.
Always find me on Instagram at RoachBaby. That's RoachBaybee.
Steph Sabra, where can people find you if they want to cry?
At Steph Sabra.
That's right. Trust me. Sabra size. And mine, of course, is at I Am Tehran all across the board. IAMTEHRAN. And find me hosting and paneling on a slew of other BHL and AfterBuzz shows because all of your favorite TV shows are my favorite TV shows too. Until next time, remember, you are all stars, but only you get to decide if you want to be a world star. Choose wisely. See you guys. World Star!
World Star.
On behalf of our BHL staff, we would like to thank you for tuning in to Black Hollywood Live, the world's first digital broadcast network devoted entirely to urban entertainment and pop culture. Check out our Black Hollywood Live YouTube page for even more great programming and amazing content, and be sure to subscribe and like our channel when you do. I'm your BHL host, Nakia Monet, and you can find me on all social media at Kiki Boom Boom or at Black Hollywood Live. Black Hollywood Live, Hollywood redefined.